Hello friend. The countdown is almost over. In just few days, on October 14, 2025, free security support for Windows 10 will officially end. For over a billion people, this is a crisis. It means no more security patches, bug fixes, and no technical support. Your computer, the one that works perfectly fine today, will be a security liability tomorrow. Not because it stopped working or broke down, but because Microsoft decided so. And this is not the first time that Microsoft has done this. They killed Windows XP when 70% of the world was using it. Then it happened with Windows 7, then Windows 8.1, and now Windows 10. And I do not think it will be the last. This is the never-ending cycle of greed, the true face of monopoly. And look at the irony. Microsoft chose October 14, 2025, a date that perfectly coincides with International E-Waste Day. According to Canalys, a leading technology research and advisory group, Microsoft is actively pushing an estimated 240 million personal computers into premature obsolescence. The Public Interest Research Group suggested an even higher number, estimating that 400 million actively used systems will go into the e-waste pile on the very day the world is trying to recycle. I have been on this journey since 2023. It is the very reason I switched to Linux and started this YouTube channel. As I shared then, my move to Linux was forced by the TPM 2.0 requirement for Windows 11. I refused to dump my perfectly good hardware just to satisfy Microsoft's new hardware mandate. And you do not have to do either. Your older hardware is still viable. You just need something that respects its longevity. So with only few days left, here are your options broken down from worst to best. The easiest and the simplest thing you can do is do nothing. Just because Microsoft is killing Windows 10 support does not mean your computer suddenly stops working. Even today, more than 10% of Windows users are running obsolete versions like Windows 8.1, 7 and XP. So you can definitely keep using Windows 10, but the moment you connect to the internet, you will be exposed. You might think, why would anyone bother to attack me? But in this day and age, everything on the internet is a target. So this cannot be a long-term solution unless you are using your PC for word processing. Next option, which I do not recommend, is to install an unofficial version of Windows 11. Yes, tools do exist to bypass the TPM check, but these are unofficial installs that Microsoft actively discourages. Even if you succeed in installing an unofficial version of Windows 11, Microsoft clearly states you won't receive security updates. You would have to run these versions with disabled security features, potentially making your system even more unstable and vulnerable. Then there are a few companies which are promoting that they will release security patches for Windows 10. But here is the catch. You will have to blindly trust an unknown company and the code they are sending to your system. In my opinion, third-party patches are just a gamble with your system security. If anything goes wrong, there will be no one to blame but yourself. After a lot of backlash, especially in Europe, Microsoft was forced to offer 1 year of extended security updates in European Union and European Economic Area, that for free of cost. This is a huge win for those users, but for everyone else, it is a paid temporary fix, which confirms that this whole situation is only about profit and not security. Microsoft announced they will provide customers the option to receive security updates for computers enrolled in Extended Security Updates program, but only for a maximum of 3 years. You can enroll in Extended Security Updates in one of 3 ways. Number 1, a one-time purchase of $30 or equivalent in local currency plus applicable taxes. Number 2, redeem 1000 Microsoft reward points, which I think most people do not have. And number 3, at no additional cost, If you are syncing your PC's settings, which means your files, themes, settings for installed apps, and Wi-Fi information. And we all know for what purpose Microsoft want our personal information. These extended security updates are just a way to delay the inevitable. Through a hybrid method, you can keep using your Windows system as is, but you should never use it for any online activity. Instead, use a Linux virtual machine for all your browsing, banking, and online tasks. Or you can do the opposite. Run a completely offline Windows 10 as a virtual machine inside a Linux host. This way, you contain the security risk as the Linux host becomes your shield. Or else, you can dual boot a Linux distro with an offline Windows 10. The same principle applies here too, where you will use Linux for all your online activities like browsing and banking, and use Windows 10 to run Windows-only applications in an offline mode. This final option is my official recommendation, which is fully migrating to a Linux-based operating system. I understand that a few days is not much time to learn a new operating system, but it is certainly enough to install a modern, secure, and a free one. Linux is actively maintained, runs faster and better on older hardware, and gives you a free security update for as long as your system lives. No planned obsolescence and no artificial limitations. With Linux, you are not just buying time, you are buying your freedom. This deadline is indeed a security threat, but it is also an invitation to a better world of computing. If you want to know exactly how easy it is to make the switch and which Linux distro is right for you, check out the videos I have linked below, where I show how to get started. Remember, Microsoft does not own your computer. You do. Do not throw away your PC on International e-Waste Day. Just migrate to Linux. Thanks for watching. If you have liked this video, subscribe to the channel where we bring awesome free and open source content regularly. See you in the next video. Until then, keep revolting against evil corporations.